Monday morning, everybody. Oh, sure is a pretty one out today. About 70 degrees, and I think it should be somewhere 11 o'clock or so. Had an early enough start today, just going to be able to do an overnighter. But I needed to get out. You folks know how that is. Did this mess green up or what? Man, go away for a couple of weeks and come back and don't hardly recognize the place. Just out for an easy one. May take a walk tomorrow. Not real sure. Got a couple of things I'd like to talk to you folks about tonight, later on. Do a little campfire session tonight. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of mill about here and get my hammock hung up. And do pretty much this, I think. Not real sure. A big jug of green tea. I'm going to spill it everywhere. Supposed to be about 80 degrees today. Maybe a little more. Not hardly as hot as it was yesterday. But I brought plenty of hydration with me. And not an overabundance of food this time. I generally wind up taking more food than I'll ever need to eat. Thanks for coming, everybody. Appreciate you joining me today and for tonight. I'm looking forward to it. That didn't take too long. No longer than usual. Some of you guys may notice that I'm a bit higher up off the ground. Trying something a little bit different. Still want to work with that fixed ridge line. Right now I'm about 7.5 feet. I've hung on it a couple of times at the house and I want to try it right there. So as it hangs now, when I sit down in it, I'm back down to my fairly normal height. I'll probably bring it down a little bit before the night's over. Stretches up the old chill gorilla. Makes a real nice big shady spot. Kind of needed. It's starting to get warm. I don't know, like 11:30, 12. Time I need a little energy bar and another shot or two of tea. But I've got a couple of things that I'm trying out this time also. I've got a new sleeping bag in there, an Adventure Ridge. And I'm trying out what I'm calling my summer underquilt, which is really nothing more than a pretty good sized chunk of a fleece blanket with some bungee cord hanging on the end of it there, and I've got a drawstring type with bungee cord to pucker the ends up. First time in it, don't know how it's going to act tonight. We're going to see. It's only supposed to be maybe 65 degrees tonight. So with this sleeping bag, I could probably get away without an underquilt altogether, but I wanted to give it a try, Got it all stretched out. I laid in it there a little bit ago. Feels good. The reason I'm messing with the fixed ridge line again is because at the Fish Pond Lake meetup, Brother Billy Joe gifted me with a nice piece of mule tape. I don't know the exacts on it. If I find out, I'll run them across the bottom of the screen here. But it doesn't have the stretch, and that's the problem I was having over the night with paracord, is even at 160 pounds, I was still stretching it out overnight, and my lay was changing. You guys have been in a hammock overnight, and you get a nice comfortable spot, and then sleep for a whole while. Next time you wake up, you just can't hardly get comfortable at all. That's what it was doing to me. And I used a piece to stretch up a ridge line. I like a fixed ridge line with my tarp. I'm just hanging out for a couple minutes. Man, give me a snack too. Pretty peaceful here at the Hideout today. See, when I get sit down in it, it's not too bad. Feet on the ground. Feels pretty comfortable. I think I'll get a nice diagonal lay out of it. I'm still not sure about the underquilt yet. Seems like it's going to stay underneath me. I don't know. You guys know how that is. You never know till you get out there and stay in it. But If all goes bad, I guess I could just push it back out of the way, right? Get in the sleeping bag. A little snack was good. This up and down rainy weather that we've been having. Bugs are everywhere, yeah. The rainy weather that we've been having, I really didn't know how to gauge the bug to human ratio over here. So yeah, I brought a little DEET, and I have already sprayed some on my boots. And so far, you know what? I haven't been bothered. There's been a few mosquitoes come around, but there's just enough of a breeze kind of to, I guess, maybe keep them moving on today. I hope so anyway. If not, I'll just get a little fire going and keep a little fire going. Like a little smoker over there. I found a piece of down maple on the way in, where I seen a piece of down maple on the way in. I'm going to cut it up for firewood tonight. It looked like it'd been laying up close enough to being dry. Plus I got this cedar back over here still, and everywhere else laying around here. You know what? I believe this is going to work. Feels pretty comfortable. Got a nice diagonal lay. I've just got to work on the underquilt, hanging a little more asymmetrical. Outside of that, we're looking good for tonight. And not bad for right now. Since the bugs are not too bad, I think I will take a little walk. Not too far. I wanted to go over to the field and get me a little grass tender for the fire tonight. So while I walked up that way, let's just walk on over to the little pond over there and see what kind of shape it's in after the rain. I'm going to bet the water's almost black. Always nice to get out and take a walk when it's cool in the afternoon, or close to afternoon, I suppose. Plenty of spider webs already. If you guys are getting out hiking around, you've already been in them yourself, I'm sure. All that rain, it really didn't wash this out too bad. No more than it usually is, really. Oh, it's getting to be one of those times over here now where you got to really pick and choose where you go out of here. I believe this looks like we're going to have us a pretty good crop of berries this year, doesn't it? That's a pretty good little section of them right there. A few more right down through there. And I'll bet there's been varmints out here moving around. Let's see how it's wallowed out there, and I just came out on a little path. I believe I'm going to get back in the woods over here. A whole lot easier to go through than these here berry vines, don't you think? Now, where'd I come in at? Even with it wanting to start to bush up in here, a whole lot easier going than out there. Oh, look here. It's just a little bunny trail. What do you think? See, we've got another piece of a tree down over here. That small field back there. Water always gathers right down there in a low spot. Not much there today. But once again, let's just follow the animal trails. What do you think? A little trail I come through the hole there in. kind of split off into about 3 different ones over here. Oh, this has grown up a lot. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's the squirrels have been digging a lot right in here. It's been a pretty good while since I was over here at the pond. Mr. Groundhog been digging there. And you usually have a trail that comes right down along the edge here. I never have walked up on a deer over here. You know, it just seems like one of the best places around. Nice cover. As far as you need it back that way. Bunches of acres. I think the last time I was over here, the water was up quite a bit more than it is right now. I'm gonna get down here without getting too muddy. There's snake bit. I don't see any snakes right around here now. But you can see how the leaves are tore up. Squirrels are digging in it, and the deer are walking in it regular. If you wanted to, you know, filter it and drink it. But you guys see where I come in down there. That little ladder stair step falls through the roots. This right here is where it comes from. And it takes, let's see, well, right across there. I don't think that hawk likes me being in here. I wonder if they're nesting. I won't be long. Sorry. Right through that little slot right there. It drains through that little dike of a dam thing over there. And I can't, all right. I can't see that hawk, but I'm not going to stand here and make them mad sitting on the nest. And we got some smaller critters digging too. Chipmunks. Very rarely ever see them over here. Sure fills in fast, don't it? Wow. Ooh, bright sunshiny day. I'm gonna walk right up this little path they've got walked out right here and get me some of this dried grass. At least a pocket full. Reckon that ought to be enough? It was last time. It's got little green vines growing up in it now though. I guess I'm tempting fate a little bit coming over here. I had to see if there was a big herd of mosquitoes over here, and you know what? There's not. A bunch of gnats. But, that's kind of trapped up right there, and it just kind of has to go away into the ground because this right over here is just a little bit higher than that is. I think you could probably go back about a month. And I'm on that, on the old fence line right here. Let me step back here, actually. See a little bit better, a little bit of the depression where the road was. Still got marker sitting there. I could see almost all the way back to the hideout from here. Not anymore. Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Some of the Army's finest. I didn't have enough time to get up and run up there to the field where it's nice and open and you could actually see them. They never did come directly across the top of me, kind of to the west. Just appeared to be a Chinook and some sort of single rotor, just two. I heard a little spotter thing buzzing around. You guys probably can't hear it. Help keeping America safe. He just flew in over the top of my head. Never heard him coming. Oh, it was way low, huh? Oh, and he's looking at me. How cool. He's not that far, maybe 40 feet away from me. Doesn't look like he's got anything in particular spotted. I figure he'll turn his head around here and look back at me. Oh man, he turned his head all the way around. It's been a long time, guys, since they came in during the daylight like this. What a beautiful bird. I believe that to be the middle bird. That's not the biggest one that's over here. Now he's really not paying any attention to me. He's got something spotted. You guys should be able to see him sitting right there. Let me see if I can't zoom in just a little. Move over just a little bit. Just I don't want to. Where'd he go? There he is. I don't want to disturb him. So I'll be back after a while to deal with the firewood. I'll let him sit there and hunt. He's looking for his meal out of a tree. My dinner's hanging in a tree right over here. Now the one in the tree is down that way. This one's out more to the southwest. That sounds like the bigger one of the three. Maybe I'll get to hear all three of them tonight. It's been a pretty quiet afternoon. I'm guessing 4:30, 5 o'clock. Something in that neighborhood. Thought I was going to have to light a fire there for a little bit. The bugs started coming around, but they left. Luckily enough, I didn't spray anything on me. I still ain't got no mosquito repellent on me, except for my boots. Done that more for the ticks. Haven't seen any on me today. Not so far. Let's sit down and have an afternoon pipe. I needed a really good peaceful day. You see there ain't much wind blowing. It's good to sit here. I said earlier that the sleeping bag I'm going to be using is a new one. It's Adventure Ridge Mummy Bag. Total length is 90 inches. To the envelope is 74 inches, I think. And it is 30 inches wide at the shoulder. 31 inches wide at the shoulder, narrowing down to 22, kind of a small foot box. It's got a unique zipper on it. I'll go into that later on at some point in time. You know, the comfort rating on this bag is a little shot there. The comfort rating on this bag says it starts at 7 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes, 7 degrees Fahrenheit up to 33 degrees Fahrenheit. Guys, I didn't buy the bag for a winter bag. I bought the bag because it was kind of my understanding that it was going to be a decent 40-degree bag. And if you guys have been kind of keeping up with me there, you'll see that the Mermont bag that I had been using, the small down bag, 40-degree bag, I overstuffed it, so it's literally good down to 25. I didn't think that this one, I didn't see the rating on it. When I saw any of the reviews, I guess maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Whatever. $19.95, $20 bill. It's big enough, you know. It's a comfortable bag. They said that was some kind of OD green, and that is supposed to be a gray, but really not so much gray. I don't know, folks. It's got a decent made hood on it. It's got the double drawstring, so you can tighten up the collar. And it actually has a, I guess you call this thing like a neck warmer that has a drawstring on it so that you can pull that up around your neck. The bag is actually long enough for me. I'm at 6 foot. I'll show you real quick the zipper down here on the foot box. Two of these bags do zip together, by the way. But it's kind of got a unique, or I thought, maybe you guys have seen it before, little zipper system here at the very bottom. The main zipper itself comes down and will come apart. It also has this zipper here, which is a separate entity from the other one altogether. That completely unzips up to here, comes undone, and opens up the entire foot box. Or you can just zip up the main zipper from here and leave the bottom of the foot box open. Something to try maybe. Tonight I'm just going to leave it completely unzipped. It's 65 degrees. And I'm going to have my little underquilting test. We'll see how that works out. I hope it works out pretty good because it's fairly small. It's not much bigger actually than the Mermont 40-degree bag. This one comes in a compression sack. I'll show you that tomorrow when I pack up. I want to do a little shot or two here before long. Excuse me, about the Adventure Ridge gear that I've got. Some good, some bad. Kind of let you know where they stand with me anyway. There's a couple of ants crawling on me. I must be sitting really still today, huh? Oh, we'll see how it does tonight. So all you can do is test it, right? Well, I know it's somewhere around 5 o'clock, maybe going on 5:30. I'm getting a little hungry, but I don't want to light that fire yet. So I'm going to break out the galley bag. Sorry about that. And fix me up some Mountain House tonight. I believe I'm going to have the beef stew. See a few ants around today too. Probably going to have a bumper crop of them this year. Looks like we're going to have a bumper crop of everything else. Well, my little owl friends never has left today. Okay, let me dig in here and I'll get some stuff going. Getting hungry. Yeah, I got the fire going on just a little bit more than a cup of water. Beef stew. This is good stuff. Remember, I cut my portions in half. Don't take long to boil a cup of water. Well, a little more. Leave a little for cleanup. Well, as most of you folks know, that's a good meal. One of my favorites is the beef stew. In case you guys didn't see, well, I don't know whether I showed anything on my on the river trip or not. When I split those up, I use a seal meal for the other half. And when it comes time to cook them, I just use one bag. Doesn't matter which bag it came from, to cook the other half of one that's in a seal meal. And generally, I wash those out as good as I can. Rinse them out. And I've always got a little alcohol of some kind. A little alcohol in there and wipe it around. And I haven't had any issues with that yet, as in reusing the Mountain House bags. The seal meal bags that I had, well, you can see the wind picked up just a little. Still sitting right down there. He hasn't gone anywhere. I went down there and snaked that piece of wood up around and got it over away from his direct line of sight. And he's still sitting down there in that same tree. The other one's still over there. The bugs haven't become a nuisance yet. Maybe that's because I've got the pipe in hand. Kind of waiting on a little more towards sundown to strike up the fire. I didn't spend a whole lot of time today cutting up firewood, so I don't have a whole lot to burn tonight. Or at least a couple hours or more. Enough to keep a nice little fire going for a little bit. I stay up very long tonight. I might have to have one of them little packs of oatmeal. I don't think I'm going to have to worry about producing a whole lot of body heat tonight. If I can trap in just a little bit, I'll be okay. If that bag is what it says it is, I should not be even hardly covered up with it. Maybe have my feet stuck in the end of it. I don't know. You just have to test them out and see. With the tie-outs pulled out, I believe the boys are playing with tannerite up the road tonight. Don't sound like gunfire. Anyway, with the tie-outs all pulled out, I have 4 on here now. It's rather roomy in here. Plenty of room there to the ridge line. Just been kind of enjoying sitting here, man. It's kind of like a little, almost like a little lair. No legs dangling, nothing moving around much outside. The tarp up like this puts up kind of a slim profile, not a low profile. But a few bugs out. Ain't gonna be but just a few more minutes. I'm gonna get out and start a fire. You're just cooling down a little bit, you know. It's not gonna cool down much tonight. Not much at all. Well, I've sat right here in the hammock and he come right in on me again. If I'd have been about 10 seconds faster, I'd have caught him on the fly. They're just kind of hanging out with me today. Cool. Time to get a fire going though. While I was messing around with the tripod trying to get set up for the shot, that one flew off down that way. And the other one flew right up here, landed, and then turned right around and went right back the same direction it came. Maybe they'll be back in a little while. I think that that gunfire over there, which it ain't all been gunfire. I think they've been setting off some tannerite. Yeah, I think that kind of had them spooked up a little bit. Well, this is a little bit moist. Let's see if it'll go up tonight. It sure didn't fluff up like it did the last time, did it? There we go. Oh yeah. Get a good smoke bath off of that. That'll keep the bugs away for a little while. Just a little bit damp. I was kind of wondering about that. I believe it'll make it. Something over there knocking. It take long to get a fire going, did it? I don't know how well this maple's going to burn. Split some of it up kind of short. I guess we'll see, won't we? A little bit of that cedar in there, that'll get it going. Oh, yeah, now I smoked camera out. You guys enjoy today? I know I did. I really needed a day like today. Especially on this date, folks. Five years ago tonight, my life changed forever because of a careless driver. I haven't said a whole lot about it in my videos. I've done 2 or 3. I even made mention one time that I was really contemplating putting my bike back together. Even though the doctors and the lawyers didn't want me to. You know, I thought about it and thought about it really hard. And I've got about 90% ready to put back together. But I didn't do it. I've been riding since I was 13 years old. And if you guys came with me last December, you were here with me to turn 61. I spent a lot of miles, a lot of time on 2 wheels, folks. This little bit of fire feels pretty good. I hope you can see me sitting here. Kind of got the wood pile downwind of the fire tonight, so I'll be sneaking in a piece every once in a while. I try not to dwell on it a whole lot because the case is still open. I gotta wait till August. I'm not sure what I'm gonna find out come August. Yeah. Been a long time getting here, I know that. Tried to have decent humor about it. There's really not much humor to be had. That maple's surprising me. Putting on a pretty good little light show. And in order not to dwell on the subject too much more, it's given me problems. It's going to give me problems the rest of my life. And that's really one of the reasons that I'm back out here doing this. When I'm able to ride again, of course I'm going to. I don't know how I'm going to act once I get out there on the highway with everybody else, but I'm going to give her a shot. But I'm still going to be doing this. And a little bit of this. You folks are where you can tonight, step out on the porch and have a little snort with me. I think tonight, just going to make it short and sweet. To a better life. Really looking forward to a good summer in the kayak. Got a good start up at Fish Pond Lake. Hopefully, with any luck, next week, I'll be able to go up to Duncan Lake. I want to do that for a day. And it won't be too much longer. I'll be headed down to Cross Creeks again. Somewhere in the midst of all this, I've got 2 videos from last summer that I never did get posted. And I want to get those thrown in the mix here before too much longer. They're both kayak videos. Got a right toasty fire going there now. We'll have a little another little snort tonight. Good for the sinuses. That's got to be good for you. Wouldn't you think? Just a little. Just a little. Well, we got a little evening traffic, but that was to be expected tonight. It's about that time, about dark 30. Everybody making their last little travels, getting back to the house. I'm going to sit here for a little while, folks. Just enjoy this fire. Oh, I got no idea what time it is. I'm starting to get a little sleepy. Got out here and breathing all this fresh air today has made me tired. I think we're already past the full moon. It'll probably be pretty bright out here tonight. I'll keep the camera handy. If we hear any racket, I'll try to get some recording of it. Thanks for coming with me, guys. Appreciate you being here today. It's not much of an anniversary to celebrate, but maybe things will be on the right track this year. Let's hope so anyway, yeah? Now I'm going to finish off my old pipe. I'll talk to you guys in the morning. Good morning, everybody. I think it's 6:30, going on 7, something like that, maybe. It's a good night. It really was. Even though I woke up 3 times. It's the only times I remember waking up. I only had to get up once. First time I woke up, I should have probably kicked the fire around a little bit more before I laid down. I don't know, it's midnight, 1-ish. Couldn't have been asleep for too long. Fire started choking me out with smoke. I had to get up and move it around a little bit and stop that. I'm sure you guys have probably had that happen to you, hadn't you? Wake up in the middle of the night and the campfire still trying to be a campfire. Next time the owls woke me up. It wasn't too far. They both moved down that way and they were hooting and yakking at each other. I got just a couple of seconds of their hooting. And then just a couple of hours ago, I woke up and made a head call. I've just been kind of laying here ever since, you know, thinking about my fleece underquilt. Yeah, not so much. Needs to be bigger. It's not wide enough to make the envelope around the hammock. And this sleeping bag, you know, I'm gonna keep bringing it to the woods with me. But I'm gonna say, if I had my temperature indicator here, it'd probably be it's about 65 degrees this morning, relatively warm. Didn't get much cooler than that all night, but it's really damp. That's not a 30-degree bag, folks. Not after the little bit I had with it last night in the 60s. I had more issues with the underquilt. My shoulder got cold. So I got the bag up underneath me, and once I got the sleeping bag up underneath me, instead of just covering up with it, I was fine. Fairly peaceful night. The last time I was up, the wind was blowing just a little bit. It's not even hardly moving the flag now. But lost a limb over there somewhere, a little ways off. Hit the ground pretty hard though. Biscuits and gravy on the menu this morning. It's another good one. Most of them are pretty good. Vegetarian stuff, no, I can't deal with that very well. We don't have much wind this morning. Kind of calm. Once again, too many pockets. It was a really good night's sleep, you know. I think I'm gonna lengthen my fixed ridge line by about 6 inches. Open it up just a little. This was good. I'm a side sleeper. So I don't sleep rigid straight out. You know, I'm kind of curled up a little bit anyway. And last night I was comfortable. I have no issues. Lower back this morning. Feels good. The shoulder did get a little cold, but you know, once I got in the bag, I was good. So I'm going to keep messing with the fixed ridge line. More options. You never know what you're going to come up on. Well, if you go to a different set of woods, you're always not going to have the exact right distance between the trees. Let me get to tending breakfast here. Water's getting hot. I can't seem to remember every morning to keep the camera close to me. We've got the little bird herds coming up out here again this morning. There was a cardinal, beautiful bird, came landed on the back rail of the bench there. And no, my camera was sitting over there. Got a couple of squirrels playing this morning too. I like to have the wildlife around. If you just sit here nice and quiet, you never know what you're going to see. And it was a good breakfast. Feel like that'll hold me over to lunchtime even. You can see how big a hurry I'm in this morning, can't you? I thought we were supposed to have some sunshine today. Right now, it's not looking like it. I don't know. I've been up several hours, so it's probably 9 o'clock. No big critters stirring around this morning. I almost expected to see a deer. You know, I was pretty disappointed this time around with the trail cameras. I'm going to try a different format. I weeded out 3 cards that were bad, evidently, right out of the package. So, I'll be bringing them out again here shortly. At least a couple of the good ones. I'm not so sure about those small Primus cameras now. I don't know. A couple of them done pretty good, but then 3 of them didn't. The big Primus and the Bushnell, they both do sound. They eat up a little bit more information, but they have better picture and, again, sound. I enjoy seeing the critters moving around over here when I'm not here. There's obvious evidence of them walking all over this place. I said last night I'd talk a little bit more about this sleeping bag that I've acquired. It's plenty big. It is marked as a large. Good material. It's polyester hollow fill, I think. Comes with a compression sack. There again, I'm not pushing this stuff. I'm just giving it a try. I wanted a sleeping bag that was not associated with my winter gear whatsoever. And I was hoping this one would be it. It may still be. We'll see. It's got the dimensions and stuff on it here. I just don't see this thing, you know, I don't see it being a real good cold weather bag. I just don't. It's just not heavy enough. Compression sack's adequate. Nothing extra special. Not too bad a size for a summer bag. When you're just carrying one, not too bad, I don't think. 3.3 pounds. In case you couldn't visualize what I was talking about with the fleece blanket, bungee, both ends. Again, I just used a marble, tie the bungee out with. And I do have a hook on there. I didn't really use it. I just put this through the carabiners at the end of the hammock. It's just not wide enough. This worked fairly well. The bungee through the end of it worked pretty good. Overall effect, just not enough. Not enough width. The length was good. No issues there. Maybe I'll try again. I kind of thought that was going to be a little too much maybe, but I think it worked out pretty good. It looks a lot different when you get all the tie outs took off of it, doesn't it? I'm going to lengthen this up by 6 inches. Hang in it, see how it feels. Just trying to see if I can get the right stretch for me, you know? mule tank, the mule tape. I should have done that a long time ago. Thank you, brother. That didn't take too long, did it? 10:30. It's a nice relaxing morning. Oh, I really enjoyed this one. Thanks for coming along. Tried out a couple of new things. I believe the sleeping bag's going to work out. Not so much the fleece underquilt. But we tried, right? You know, I just couldn't help but think this morning while I was tearing down, how many people would think that was just the most ignorant thing that they had ever heard of. To come out here and set up a bunch of little gnats this morning. Whether it be a hammock or a tent, and just spend one 24-hour period out here like this. Yeah, we got a little traffic noise in the background there, but I don't have to see it. This time of year, everything greening up really nice and filling in. It's just so nice over here just to come and sit. And you know, this time I haven't been really bothered by bugs at all. A couple of mosquitoes last night. Pretty much that smoke bath took care of that. So there wasn't many to start with. The little gnats, I had a couple of herds of those come through, but outside of that, it was pretty peaceful. You know, and there's folks out there that just wouldn't have dealt with that at all. Much less coming out gathering up firewood. Oh, just to hang out and be peaceful. Gotta love it. And if a lot of them would try it, they'd love it too. Kind of hate to go to the house. But I gotta head that way. Gotta head that way. Once again, everybody, a special thanks for coming along with me on this one here, my 5th anniversary. Hoping this will be the last year I have to deal with this as far as the court system goes. I'm going to have to deal with the doctors for the rest of my life, but that's another story altogether, isn't it? I'm going to head her up back to the house, guys. Wow, what a beautiful morning. Might just sit here and take a nap. Nah, probably not. Guys, thanks for coming along. Till next time, everybody, just waiting for the next big adventure. Kayak coming soon.